Happy Wednesday, y'all. It's the night of the baritone. The night of Barry. You know, I'm not a fan of naming guitars necessarily, but okay. So like some people they'll call their guitars, I don't know, Jessica. They'll call their guitar whatever, insert name. Never been a huge fan of that. I don't have any currently named guitars, but I have considered naming this one. Naming it Barrison. How's everyone doing tonight? Sorry, I came on a little bit later than I expected. I was at the gym. No shame. And I'm eating my pre-workout meal, which is cottage cheese, some fruit, and some agave nectar. So, is The Sandlot the greatest movie of all time? No. It is a great movie. The greatest movie of all time is Spaceballs. I am streaming live on Instagram and on YouTube. If you want to hear me in full, wide, lush, glorious stereo, you can head over to YouTube or stream it on both. Usually the chat on Instagram is a little bit more active than on YouTube, but if you want to hear it in stereo and then be in the chat on Instagram, that's good too. Currently, I am using my third power dual Citizen set as kind of an AC30-ish. And my Fender Bassman. Because I'm home at night and the kids are sleeping, I'm running my third power through the Celestion Creamback in my ISO cab. And my Bassman is going through a Two Notes Captor X. Andrew Shively, what's the set list this week? That's a good question. Let me look it up. I think it is set list April 13th and 14th. Let me see. Spirit Move in the key of A, led by Sophia Wood. Son of Suffering, thus the baritone. Soon, the Brooke Fraser Soon, and then None But Jesus. Kind of a mixture of classic Bethel, some classic Hillsong. Yeah, good set. Jack Sherrill, you played the Woodlands Methodist or where? Yeah, I played there. I'm a part of the Loft. Hit a little Ain't No Grave with that. Could be. Dude, it's been a long time. Wow. We have a video of us. Like, we did a recording video when that song first came out. That the Lost released. It's on YouTube somewhere. To me, that song it gets dated very, very quickly. I don't know how else to describe it. And honestly, maybe it's just because that was a pre-COVID song. So I don't know. Tim Wilcox. Got tired of hearing my friend's old Boss ME80 in my ears. So I just finished building a board. Nice. You're a good friend. So yeah, playing the barrier right now. I think I might pull the. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna pull the Gretsch out. Give me a second, y'all. All right. This is the Gretsch. This is the Gretsch that I've been trying to sell. And honestly, I did just a little bit of cleaning up to it, like just spraying the switches and whatnot. And I don't think I want to sell it anymore. It's just a. I don't know. I'm still kind of on the fence with it. I'm gonna try something real quick. You play Praise by Elevation yet? No, we've not done that song yet. Swole Bro selling this G. Trying to. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if maybe this guitar just needs like a good setup or something. Yeah, so this is the I need to come up with a different angle for this whole thing. So this is the Gretsch just into the 2 amps. Sorry, I'm just now getting back up and adjusting some things. Have you played Praise by Elevation yet? No, have not played that. Is my family cool with my tones this late? I mean, it's essentially silent. I'm like I said before, I have my ISO cab in the corner right here. Hold on a second. Wow. No, it's just, I mean, they're fine with it. Like I said, I'm running my ISO cab in the corner, and then I'm running a Captor X on the Bassman. Man, why is it? Everything feels so like weird right now. I need to get a different. I think I need to get a different setup, different like mic setup. It's a little more easy to maneuver. Yo, what's up, Cameron? Alex, I'm assuming the bridge is pinned. If that's the case, intonation is as good as it gets. Just need to trust about adjustment. Yeah, I mean, so the guitar plays fine. It wasn't like an intonation thing. It was like a, I don't know, just wasn't crazy inspiring, you know? Yeah, it just wasn't terribly inspiring. That's really it. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, Alex. Yeah, let's listen to some tones. Let's listen to some tones. Yeah, so like I said before, I'm running the Third Power Dual Citizen and the Bassman in stereo right now. Yeah, I got to figure this out. This is not going to work. Yeah, like I said before, it's not really an intonation thing. It was just kind of a feel thing. And maybe it was because I've been playing my Les Paul so much lately. The Les Paul is such a different guitar, such a different monster. And it's really, like, Les Paul is like home base for me. But that sounds good too, so I don't know. Figured it out. So those of you who don't know, the Dual Citizen has a kind of a built-in attenuator switch, and I found that when oh my gosh, what is happening here? I found that when I'm using the attenuator on the amp, when it's down, it just feels there's a little bit less touch sensitivity to it. Yeah, that feels a little better to me. Yeah, so that is that's the Marus LVX. Currently using the Case Study compressor, studio comp right now. Timothy W Music, thanks for the follow. This is the King of Tone Red side. Pretty mellow, honestly. I'm just gonna sit back here. Sit back here and get a better shot, hopefully. Dude, this is a weird situation right here. Oh, my mom is on. Hey, Mom. So what's everyone doing what's everyone up to lately? Everyone get a good shot and good chance of seeing the eclipse the other day? Yeah, I don't know. This guitar just feels really mellow, and I guess that's okay. I like guitars that have a little bit more bite to it. This is the King of Tone Yellow side. Alex, you can have this blessing for the price of 2,000 blessing dollars. At that, yeah, and I'll ship it to you. I'll ship it to you nice and good. So yeah, unrelated. I'm using these Keith Urban picks because I'm trying to do things that I don't like. This is one of those things. I did what Jake said about sanding down the sides and sanding down the thing, basically modifying it to not be the pick that they're selling. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. So I mean, I've had Filtertrons before. I guess I'm just expecting it to be a little, I don't know, have a little bit more presence to it. Yeah, dude, I got really, really lucky with the Eclipse. I was working just outside of Austin, which was right, in the path of totality. And, you could see, looking up, it was cloudy most of the day. And then once it got to that point in the time, it just got really, really dark. Dropped like 15 degrees. It was awesome. Yeah. Mitchell, is that an actual real one, or just like one of the re-releases, reissues? Gosh. Yeah, I agree. So with this one, Jake was right. By sanding down the scratchy side, it does make it a lot more comparable to the blue Herdim picks. However, dude, here's the thing, man. So, okay, tonally speaking, I'm going to play the Keith Urban pick, right? I'm just going to play it on the normal, like, non-textured side. I mean, we're comparing picks, right? So that's the Keith Urban one, and this is the Tortex, the Dunlop 60 mil. Yeah. Yeah. This feels so much more natural to me. Yeah, that's cool. Man, I love the third power. I wish it was a combo. Yeah, so you're definitely a Gretsch guy, right? I got this one to have that like color. If that makes any sense. I wanted that, and so it I mean, it does the Gretsch thing because it's a Gretsch, So, yeah, it's fun. It's still good. Part of me thinks that. So I haven't done anything since I got the guitar. I've been considering bringing it over to Mike Ned and having him do just some kind of setup or something to make it feel more at home. Timothy just bought a more budget end Schecter, and this thing's blowing me away. What model? For those of you who are joining me now, welcome to Wednesday Night Live. I'm streaming live on Instagram and YouTube. If you want to hear it in full stereo, head over to the YouTube channel. So in unrelated news, I am considering, there's a few things I'm considering doing over the next few months. One of them is doing another rearrange of my studio. And I'm unsure if I want to kind of reposition the room again, or if I want to just keep it the same and just get rid of a bunch of crap. And in line with that, I'm also considering maybe getting possibly downsizing the board, just in size, not in feature set. I have been contemplating seeing if I want to maybe go back to a 24 by 16, but get an angled board, like one of the Creation angled ones, so that I can have all my power underneath. Nice. Yeah, I've heard a lot of great things about those Nick Johnson models. This is the Nordland ODR-C. Y'all, okay, hear me out. If you have if you like the Nobles thing, don't waste your time getting an original one. Go get yourself a Nordland. Designed by the exact same guy who made the original one. Gives you a lot more feature sets and is just a lot more useful. I've had an original, I've had some of the newer reissues, and I've had this one, and this one is definitely the best sounding one of all of them. Oh, this sounds so good. Yeah. Yeah, maybe we'll stick with this. This might be an open-ended question to the chat, since I've not had a Gretsch for a long time. Are you able to adjust pickup height by chance? Or is it pretty much stuck? I've literally not had a Gretsch in like 10 years, so I don't know. This does feel really good. Okay, so finicky in what way? Let me see. I have a little Let me see. No, I'm not going to do that here. So finicky in what way? Yeah. Yeah, this is a great guitar. So I had one guy reach out to me about this guitar, and he was gonna be he offered to trade an American Strat. I don't remember the model. Assuming, and honestly, in regards to Fender and their models, I'm lost because the last time I was in a market for a Strat, it was you had like American Standard and then American Deluxe, and that was it. So. I want to say it was like the American Standard, which would be which I guess would be equivalent to the American Professional. I don't know. Whatever Fender's doing. Fender's they're crazy. I don't understand what they're doing. Yeah. Show the people the flam on the headstock. Yeah, sure. Give me a second. So, this is the headstock. It's an orange guitar. It's very, very orange. Yeah, but yeah, you can see the grain, flame maple. Oh, like I said, man, it actually is a killer guitar. I just need to figure out what I want to do with it. Because last year I got a few guitars. So I got 4 guitars last year. Well, got 4, but I traded 1. So, yeah. So technically I have a surplus of 3 at this point from what I had last year. And this was one in the hopes of just having the Gretsch thing. And I guess it is it. I don't know. Maybe I need to do a few sessions with it where it could really shine before I kind of decide what I want to do. The baritone is cool because it's just so distinct and unique, and it doesn't really fit in any of the other boxes that my other guitars kind of exist in. The Telly's different. Actually, the other guitar I'm kind of struggling with lately is my Strat. My Strat is just, I don't know. I had that work done to it, and it's cool. I don't know. Part of me thinks that maybe there's something wrong with the wiring, because when I play it at church, it just feels super dull compared to all my other guitars. So I don't know. I'm unsure about what I want to do with that guitar. But in the meanwhile, it works. We had a pretty good Q&A today. I said Q&A, an AMA. Emerson wiring assembly will solve all my issues. Okay. Say more. What about them would be helpful? Fender got the corners on budget with their wiring and pots. Okay, so this is not a Fender model. This is a pre-Fender. I guess that would make it either late 90s or early 2000s. I don't know what that means. Or I know what that means, but I don't know what that means in terms of wiring or quality or anything like that. Oh, okay. So similar. That Strat is not original at all. It's. I've done a million things to it. In fact, let me grab it. Ooh, we're gonna do this one. I'll put it back here. Strat. Yeah, man, it's weird. It doesn't feel dull here. I don't get it, man. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I get what you're saying. It might not completely apply because none of this strat is original. These are all, like I've put in new pots. I've put in new wire. I've done everything. So just got to figure out what am I missing? Yeah, I don't know, man. Cameron, do you think Veritas are overrated, overpriced? So I mean, I get their emails when they have like models for sale, and I don't think those are overpriced. $3,000 for a custom guitar. I think that's actually pretty on point. At least for like the Portlander and all that kind of stuff. I don't know what brand new prices cost, but so sorry. Do you think Veritas? Yeah, like I said, I don't think they're overpriced necessarily. I'm gonna turn my voice down. Okay. So back to the the Veritas question. I've only played one, and they're great guitars. They're definitely cool guitars. Like I've enjoyed every single one that I've played. And honestly, as I was looking to sell this one, I was also kind of considering. Sorry, not this one, the Gretsch. I was thinking, maybe I could put some money together and buy like a Pro Line model or something like that, just to see. Because I've played one, but I've never like gotten to actually use one in any kind of like pro context. And I know they play great. So I don't know. I think they're great guitars. I don't know if I would spend like $5,000 on one. The only guitar that I would spend a lot of money on would be like if I was going to have someone make me kind of like the guitar that's in my head, if that makes any sense. Josh Smith said, what do the extra switches do on the Strat? So, so the extra switches do the following. So, it was inspired by the Dan Huff wiring, which would be series parallel for all pickups. So, let me turn that off. Okay, so this is just the 2 amp stereo drive with a compressor. Humbucker in series, humbucker in parallel. So basically, it's taking the actual 2 coils of the humbucker. Normally, they're in series, which does a few things. You have the increased, I think it's capacitance. Then the increased resistance of the 2 coils going together. So a typical PAF would be like 8K or 8.5K. resistance with a certain spec of wiring and coils and whatnot. So ideally, you have two coils which are the same resistance when they're in series. So 4.4 plus 4.25 equals 8.5, right? Whereas if you have in parallel, you would have 4.25, 4.25. You would actually bring the resistance down by half because they're in parallel. So just a little thing. It's still hum canceling, but it has a different sound. The two singles were originally supposed to be series parallel, inspired by the Dan Huff thing. However, these stacked singles from Seymour Duncan cannot do parallel, but they can do split. So basically, it gives me the option of doing a parallel on the bridge with a single coil for like. Let me see. See how it sounds different. So it makes it a little like punchier, a little more pokey. Let me put some chorus on. Actually, I have a better preset. Where are you? This one. Yeah, so series parallel will give me kind of a little mishmash of those sounds. If I had... So this is the change I'm considering doing. I'm... Oh my gosh. Sorry, Siri, my work phone is being weird like that. So what I'm considering doing is going all in on the Dan Huff thing, which would be a JB. So we're talking JB in the bridge, and then two hot stacks, two like hot blade stack pickups. That way, when I do, like, I can do series parallel on all of those. And then I'm torn out between if I want to do the Demeter boost thing, mostly because it's just a pain to deal with the battery and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. Yeah, Jason, you're right. That's kind of where I'm on the fence about. But it's pretty close enough. I mean, I can do. The cool thing about these stacked singles is that they don't really sound that different. Like, that's the neck. This is the neck split. Basically, the Duncan stacked singles are seem to be pretty even, like, sonically together, and they're basically just using that second coil just for noise cancellation. Jason, you should, man. It'd be dope to do that. The cool thing is that, I mean, the pickups are pretty cheap. You know, you can get a JB under $100. Same thing for the other things. Wow, it's been a long day. So it's the only thing I'm really on the fence about is the boost. I think I could do it, and I might need to do some routing, because then essentially at that point what I would do is I would have just a master volume and a master tone, and then the middle one would be the boost volume. You know something I've noticed this week? I've noticed that there are a lot of guitarists out there who do not appreciate position 2 and position 4 on a Strat. And I do not understand it. Don't understand it. Like, I don't understand why people would, withhold themselves from the best position on a Strat. That in between. Josh Smith, probably go in on the mid boost thing. Yeah, it's cool. So the mid boost thing is interesting. The mid boost itself doesn't actually sound good. It really doesn't sound good. Like in terms of if you use it as a boost, but if you use it as just like a very, very subtle tone shaper, like how Dan did it way back when, and how a lot of guys did it way back when, that's how it's that's where it's actually useful. It's not a mid boost in the typical sense of what you'd think of when you think of like a mid-range boost, like a whether that be a pedal or something like that. It's not a good sounding boost, but it works in the context of series parallel and all that kind of stuff. Ethan said, yeah, 2 and 4 are the reason to pick up Strat. Yeah, same. As well as the neck position. I mean, a Strat neck position is still like the best sounding lead tone in my opinion. Let me see. What else we got here? Dude, same. Literally no idea, but I've, and maybe it's just been like the people that I've been reaching out to on Marketplace when I was looking to sell the Gretsch. I'm like, all these like great Strats, or I've seen a few Silver Skies, and they're like, oh yeah, I don't use 2 and 4. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like those are the best positions. Literally don't get it. Yeah, it's like the chime thing provides on the clean sound. Yeah. So Josh, not necessarily, because the thing about the in between position is that you get the pickups that are out of phase with each other. Though it's not quite exactly out of phase, but you can't just do that. You can't just do that with an EQ. It's not like you boost 3.5K and then all of a sudden you're there. On YouTube, Basil Tiffany, what are the dimensions of your pedal board? My pedal board, I believe, is 30 inches wide by 20 inches deep. That's the dimensions. Yeah, dude, maybe I was wrong. I mean, this guitar feels great right now. How does it sound to y'all? Talking about the mid boost thing. Possibly. I mean, it's slightly different. I mean, you can definitely try it out because obviously the mid boost thing can be added later. I'll say this, when it didn't quite work how when I had the Bloom, it didn't quite do the same thing. Because a boost and a signal related thing coming from the guitar going to your signal chain is a little different than having something in your signal chain affecting it. I don't know. Anthony Groves, my brother from Florida, my other Florida man. Oh, we got some more people on YouTube. Nice. See, Basil Tiffany, the bunch board. Fishman Guitar Strat. Yes. Yeah. Thanks, man. Cameron Rambo. Do you run a buffer? I have buffers on my board, but not like a dedicated input buffer or whatever. I just have signal chain wise, my guitar goes into a Goodwood Audio patch bay or junction box, I should say. And there's not an input buffer in there, but there are multiple buffers on my Mastermind PBC. So I have an input buffer there. I can turn it off if I want to. If I was running fuzz, I could turn it off so it didn't affect it. And then on the PBC, there is actually 3 buffers. One is, where is it? First one's at the input. Second one is at the insert loop after loop 4. Then the one after that is, actually, no, take it back. There's one in the input, one after loop 6 going into loop 7, which is where you'd put like a volume pedal most likely. And then at the main output. Just got done with my first workout at a new gym. That the tone made that last smile feel like a breeze. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Aiden Herring, welcome to Wednesday Night Live. I've known Aiden for a very, very long time. Good friends with his dad. Dude, nice. Jake, congrats on the new gym. So this is a pretty bright sound as far as I'm concerned. Like the core guitar tone is not bright, but the effects are pretty bright. So I'm using my Gravity preset on the Maris Mercury X and my Pong delay. And that tone right there was the Case Study Studio Compressor and the King of Tone Yellow. You know what I might want to check? I haven't opened up this guitar in a while. I might want to check and see if the volume and tone pots are 250 or if they're 500. That's one thing I don't quite remember. If they're 250, then that would explain why I'm sensing that it feels kind of dull. Yeah, so that's the Case Study comp with the King of Tone Yellow. This is that same signal chain, but with the Nordland after the King of Tone. So this would be like a example lead tone. Do I put treble bleeds? Yeah, I do. All the guitars. Well, let's see. I say all. Okay, I used to have them in all my guitars, but now that I have some guitars that I've not modified yet, some of them do, and only some of them don't. So the Strat, I believe the Strat does. Yeah, this one does for sure. Is that a Steamboat combo down to your left? Yes. Right there. Sorry, I'm going back and forth between Instagram and YouTube. Culture Trash. Yeah, that is a classic 18 I got from Jake over at Steamboat Amps like 10 years ago. It still works great. It is the only piece of gear that I have not had any, circuit related problems, tubes or whatever. Yeah, super, super well built. Great sounding amp. Back to Josh Smith. I think my Telly does. I don't remember. Actually, I think it does because I remember I bought a few different. I bought a pack of them, put in various guitars when I got the Telly. Because I did some work to that one. I put some Lawler pickups in it. Telly's a great sounding guitar too. My Les Paul does not because I want to keep it as original as possible, and my other Gibson does not because I also want to keep it as original as possible. Interesting. So I'm gonna do some minor adjustment. I've gotten kind of lazy over the last few years. In terms of like pickup height and setting up and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, this is a great guitar. I love it. The only thing I might do, actually, the thing I know for sure that I'm going to do is I'm going to put nines back on it. Put nines back on it, and then maybe I'll do like the true Dan Huff thing. Get a JB and two like hot stacks. See, over on YouTube, Cameron Rambo said, "I watched your video on why you returned the Lambertones. Curious if you'd want to try the Red Eyes." So funny you say that. I bought. So when Curtis was doing his like big sale and release of the Red Eyes, I bought a pair. And then so I bought it in like November because there was a big long wait time. I bought them and I was going to put them in my PRS at the time. Well, I traded the PRS on Christmas Eve. Yeah, Christmas Eve. Yeah, that's right. And so the pickups came in like, I don't know, March or something like that. And they were literally sitting on my desk, unopened. just sitting there. And so I thought about it. I was like, man, I have these pickups. Do I want to put them in anything? I didn't want to take the pickups out of my Les Paul. And every other guitar that I had wasn't like a true like dual humbucker guitar. I had the Strat, right? But then I would have to buy something. I mean, I could do the singles. I don't know. It was, when I thought about it, I thought that it was going to be more of a headache than I would have wanted it for. So I just ended up I sold it to Anthony Groves. He picked them up and he's happy with them. So I'm happy that I could help out a brother, as well as get them to him in under 6 weeks, or no, whatever. What's the build time? Build time for Lambertones is like 12 weeks or something crazy. Yeah, not a fan of that. I mean, I get it. Business is business, and things just take time. I get it, but man, long build time. Josh Smith over on Instagram said, "Where do you usually like your pickup height at on my Strat? I have them almost flush with the body." So I always start out with what the manufacturer recommends. Seymour Duncan seems to always have their pickups want to be super, super high. So I start there, but ultimately at the end of the day, I listen to my ear, as well as using previous references from other guitars. Well, I mean, Cameron over on YouTube said, rest in peace. What an unfortunate turn of events with the PRS. It's fine. Honestly, like, I do kind of miss the PRS, but I am glad. So the guitar that I have back there, that Yamaha, that is a killer guitar. So, and that was one of the guitars that I got within the trade. So I got the that guitar and then the orange Gretsch in trade for the PRS. So, in terms of value, it's about there. I was assuming the PRS would be valued around $3,000, but dude, y'all, the freaking used market for guitars, especially in Houston, is freaking terrible. Like, it's bad because no one is trading, everyone is selling, and everyone is super picky about the quality of their guitars. Which, like, I get it for sure. The only thing is, like, I am not picky about the scratches and dings and dents on the guitars. I'm like very okay with getting a guitar that's beat up. I do not care. Do not care at all. To the point where I'm like, dude, if it's the guitar that I want, I'll find a way to get it. I don't really care. But man, there's so many people who are like, you know, like they're like when we're talking about trading, they'll be like picking out every little ding and dent, every little thing. And that was the situation with one of the guys who was interested in the Gretsch. He was wanting to trade me a Strat plus 1,000 cash. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. Unfortunately, the guy's up in Waco, so there would have to be some kind of situation where we can meet up in College Station or something like that, right? That's been proving to be difficult. And then I just got the sense from him, like, I was like, I think you're going to be one of those guys who's going to go like pinpoint every small little thing about the guitar. So I'm like, let's not subject ourselves to this. I'm just going to keep it and I'll figure it out. Or if someone wants to buy it straight, you know, I've been upfront about the condition of the guitar. I just don't want to deal with people that are, you know, being super picky. Cameron Rambo, never mind the soap. Is it a Ref Star? Oh no, bro. So that Yamaha, that's from 1967. It's an old fully hollow body. It's a killer guitar. Very unique sound. The pickups are an interesting design. They're humbuckers, but one coil is bigger than the other, like physically in size. So you have this like, it's also a pretty bright guitar. Yeah, it's just a cool sound. It's super vibey, super fun. Just need to get it set up and figure out if there's a way that I can lower the action a little bit. Like, I'm not a fan of low action, but that one's a little high in that guitar. You know what? I think Josh might be right. I'm going to try putting the pickups all the way down and see how that sounds and feels. I mean, on my Strat, it seems a little weird to do, but that's fine. Yeah, over on YouTube, they're commenting. Yeah, the guitar market in Houston is absolute worst. Yep, great. It's the constant. It's a constant stream of, is this available? And honestly, I get it. I mean, I do the same. I'm prone to doing the same thing, especially if I get busy and I forget. But man, it'd be nice to just, have a win on the on the sale and trade side. See, Culture Trash on YouTube said the last two people I met have pulled the, I don't have all the cash on me, will you take less? Nope, absolutely not. Yeah, see, and that was the other thing too. I'm like, dude, if we're gonna be meeting like an hour and a half away from where we live just to make this trade, I want to know before we both leave that, hey, are you okay with the condition the guitar's in? Because if you show up, then I don't know, I might, yeah, I won't do anything. I'd definitely leave and be annoyed. They always magically find the missing cash. Yeah. See, Josh Smith says, mine are always exactly flush on the bass side and slightly above flush on the treble side. Found that had the most even response rate. In what guitars, Josh? Are you talking about in a Strat or in humbuckers or what? I think one thing interesting too about like this with this guitar and these pickups, especially this humbucker. So this is the Seymour Duncan 59 custom hybrid, which is a 59 with their 59 humbucker and then their custom humbucker, two coils mismatched, lined together, and it is super sensitive. It's sensitive with pickup height, like more so than other pickups that I've had before. Especially in Strats, for some reason, I found that it was more prone to being really weird and sensitive. But when it's right, it sounds freaking awesome. Okay, Josh Smith over on Instagram is saying, okay, yeah, that's your Nick Johnson Strat. Gotcha. Is that one stock, or do you ever do anything weird with the pickups in it? Your Super Strat HH config set to whatever Lamberton recommends. Josh, what's in your Super Strat? Is it some like grinders or something like that? Aiden, yes, that was. I still think of that song every once in a while. Yeah, something like that. Obviously, it was on acoustic. If heaven is coming, kingdom of God. Yeah, bro. Your dad wrote some dope songs. Okay. Triple shots and super shots cremas. Oh, interesting. How does that? So I mean, it's well known that I did not like the cremas or crema. Well, I think I like the grinder. I did not like the crema. And I have my my YouTube video about it. So, the Nick Johnson has all singles, or does that have a singles and a humbucker, like mine? One of the things I like about this guitar, this Strat, is that Fender's American Deluxe Strats from this era, they all have these roller nuts on them, and they're just great with like tuning stability. You never have to worry about it. Like I remember when we moved up from Houston to the Woodlands, this guitar was in storage for 3 months, something like that. When I got it out, it was still perfectly in tune. I say perfect. It was in tune to itself, and not far off from being perfectly in tune. So, yeah, I'm just a fan of these. Yeah. On a purely aesthetic side, one thing I would want to do, or like if I could change thing about this guitar, is I don't like the black headstock. I'm not a big fan of it. I wish it was the same color as the body, and I wish the body was like a more like softer color, like what's the like a Fiesta red or something similar. But it is what it is. This feels really good. Let's see, Josh Smith said, I love the Kramis personally. Use Prism into Bloom, always on combo. Okay. So that allows me to push them a little bit more when I want to. Well, I mean, here's the thing, but except it's on all the time. So, yeah, it's weird. And this might be, I don't know how old you are, Josh. If you're a little younger, then I'm wondering if this might be like an age thing. Because like I want my guitar to be pretty much where it needs to be when I plug in, or like when I plug directly into my board without having much on. It's one of the reasons why I don't like having an always on compressor, because I like to use it as an effect. Okay, yeah. So we're not terribly far off. I'm 35. Dude, hey, thank you for your advice on the pickup pipe. This is the weird thing. So what I'm sensing with, and honestly, maybe I just need to change the humbucker. So I'm pretty happy with the neck and the middle, but for some reason, man, the bridge feels just a little temperamental. Nice. All right, it is 10:15. Well, I will stay on for another 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna hop off and go to bed. Josh said my Superstar used to have a JB and Jazz set when I first got it. Do you still have the JB, like that setup? If you do, I'll buy it from you. That was fun. That was fun, man. Yeah. This is one to keep. I'm discovering that I like my Strat to feel very, very loose, and one of the things I've been dealing with lately with this one has been that it's felt kind of stiff. I think that's because I put 10s on it. So I'm gonna go back to 9 to 42 on this one. It's weird, but my Tele has 10s and it doesn't feel that like that at all. Over on YouTube, Jonathan Almeida said, "Man, I just gotta say, your tone and gritty Lord is beautiful." Thanks, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think that video was my Les Paul. I think so, right? The black and gold one. Yeah. I love that guitar, man. And honestly, I'm really happy with how that song turned out too. Like, it just felt really, really good. The weekend was great. The tones were good. It was just a good time all around. That was... I'm trying to think of... That may have been when... I don't remember if I had fully switched over to my Matchless and Basement combo yet. Josh Smith over on Instagram said, "My Tele feels super loose. My Strat feels stiff. Both have 10s." Yeah. Yeah, dude, maybe it's the bridge set up with the tremolo and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, 9 to 42 is gonna feel fine, or maybe 9 to 46 or 46 to 9, however you want to say it. All I know is that when I had light strings on my Strat, the last time I had it, it played just kind of effortlessly, and it felt felt like nothing got choked out of it. Kind of like the fight that your strat requires, though. Yeah. I understand that, but for me, it's mostly a sustained thing. If it feels stiff and there's a lack of sustain, then no, can't do that. Lately, I have been switching back to using the Hall reverb on my Mercury X. For a while there, I was using the plate. So this is the 78 Hall on the Mercury X. Cannon Herring, welcome to Wednesday Night Live. Am I running the Mercury X in series or parallel? Currently all my effects are in series. But you know, it's easy to switch it to parallel if I wanted to. Actually, let me check real quick. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna switch both LVX to parallel, or both LVX and Mercury X to kill dry. Okay, so now the Mercury X and the LVX are both in kill dry and in parallel. Dude, you know what's interesting? I have a feeling that maybe with the effects in parallel, it works better with this guitar. Because that way you don't really have a buildup of frequencies going through different levels of effects. That's cool. That definitely feels really good. I mean, what do you think? So that's with the LVX and the Mercury X in parallel. Yeah, I mean, it definitely allows you to go a lot. It allows you to make them a lot more wet. in the context of church, the only thing that is a little different about it is that you tend to get a little bit less of that like kind of textural, kind of gritty thing. Some people like it, and I actually don't really know where I land on it. I'm still kind of on the fence because I like both. There are times when I want a lot more interaction of my effects, and other times when I just want it to sound, 3-dimensional and wide and big. I will say this: I love just how easy it is to switch to kill dry on the Meris pedals. Yeah, that's a bummer. So are they like, is the church set on you not playing your amps? Or is like, or do they just not have like the infrastructure for it? Yeah, you just get a lot more clarity when they're in parallel. That's a bummer. Well, not a bummer. Sucks for you. I was actually talking to one of our production guys during Good Friday, and they were saying that they're actually wanting to create like an ISO room. They have an ISO room. Or that's right, they have a room on stage. Gosh, what am I trying to say? They have a room off stage that they would be able to run tie lines to. And because I use the long line with like an EtherCon thing, I could literally just set like XLR to EtherCon to a stage box, send that up to the room where the ISO cabs would be. So, really grateful for that. And honestly, I'm really looking forward to testing it with them. Let me see. Where are you? All right, I'm going to head off. It is 10:30 my time, and I have an early morning. Thank y'all for joining me tonight on Wednesday Night Live. We do this aspirationally every single Wednesday, evening time, usually around 8 or 9 o'clock for about an hour or so. Hang, talk about music, and have a good time. So thanks y'all for joining. Have a great week, and I'll see you on the next one.